What a lovely day to be in the breed of building that has slowly been going extinct called a bookstore, where these ancient relics called books exist. I know, crazy. Its decline really started once the app stores introduced Angry Birds to the world, and it's also where we meet our lovely store clerk, Rin, who's currently making bird calls, because that's what you do in a bookstore, duh, and the ever so lovely Sumireko. The two have a bit of banter, as the only reason Rin even works here is to see her. Yeah, pal, try again in 10 years. Rin's like, bet. She wasn't being serious, only if he cared. But since they work in the ever-dying faculty of bookstores, actually this is Japan, where they have above a 3rd grade reading level, unlike a certain nation I know, so they may actually be thriving, but they're not exactly swamped, so it's pretty relaxed. Rin wonders why Sumireko's so tired. It's because she stayed up all night watching porn on an Urban Legends website. Yeah, an Urban Legends website. Alrighty, whatever you say. But look, a strange man has appeared. Oh, never mind, it's the manager. I think. Could be another employee. No one knows. He gives Sumireko a birthday present. A book. More like a fucking cursed grimoire. She's not exactly sure what to do with it either. Where did he even find this book? In a witch's closet? And would you look at the time? Looks like it's about that time to go home. The two have a discussion about one of the new employees that's working there and how she has written a really popular novel. Sumireko here also writes novels. What type of novels? Fanfic. That's why she works at a bookstore and loves being around books so much. Oh, so we're just going to skip over that. Got it. And has been struggling for inspiration lately. I mean, there's only so many times she can draw. I mean, write about occult stuff. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Both of those actions were unnecessary. Well, if it makes her feel any better, his younger sister's a big fan of hers. How old is she? A relevant question. Now, playing single player, Sumireko remembers back to her youth when she was receiving awards for her doujin novels by reputable sources, as the current her, some would call her washed, fallen off, tumbled, spin cycled, old timer, and what have you, as the clock hits quadruple zeros and it's her 28th birthday. She plops down on the beanbag and wishes she could go back to her younger days when her creativity was at its peak. But that one book that definitely has been in human sacrifices falls out of her bag. She took that shit home. I don't care that it was a gift. Still a dumb decision. So she decides to open the book and read it. Ah, an even dumber decision. As she reads the book, she reads the words, haha, gotcha bitch. Now, that can mean one of two things. 1, it's a joke. Or 2, this book now has possession of her soul. Really hope she's good at coin flips. As she receives a birthday text from Rin that says, you may be closer to an old lady, but you'll always be my old lady. What in the fuck did he send to her? Do you want to get stabbed? Yes, if it's only by her finely curated. I don't know where he was going with that, but no. Also, where is he? How old is Rin exactly? Old enough. Sumireko decides to go do some light late night shopping at the convenience store, as one would wander the store. However, she takes a look at her hand and notices, when has her hand been that size? Wait, when did her clothes get so big? Why is everything getting so big? Oh no. So it seems she lost that coin toss. Well, at least she's now back in her creative prime. It's now the next day, and can we believe it, she didn't show up to work. Wonder why? So Rin shoots her a text like, what's good? He receives a text that reads akin to, fuck off loser. Yeah, seems like the fire for her writing passions have been reignited, so that's good for all the quirky teenage girls. So it's been about a week and no word from Sumireko. So the good news is that we know she's not dead. The bad news is they can't get in contact with her, so abduction is still on the table. You know what that means? Time to go check in on her. Rin comes and investigates her room like it's an episode of NCIS, as her phone is here, but she isn't, which by far is the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen in any media. Kids borderline have their phones grafted into their skin. But Rin sees the book that's now the owner of Sumireko's soul and goes over to give it a sniff and opens his eyes, and this is why the people with closed eyes in manga and anime are always number 1 on the caution radar, cause the fuck is his eyes? Well, doesn't matter. Let's see what all she read in the book. Back to Sumireko, who's having the time of her life being back in the earlier days of her prime, as all the inspiration is constantly flooding her. Now, what is that inspiration? Too much, is all I'll say. As Sumireko would now like to go back home to get to work, but the over-inspiration has now made a large quantity of blood pour out of her ears. Definitely not an issue. Rin then just appears like Batman. I see, so he was smelling the book to pick up her scent. it's time to go back, as he's not a big fan of his big titty waifu being reverted into a lolly, as currently the lolly seems to be going through it because of that dumbass book that she shouldn't have brought home. Oh well, too late. Yeah, she's going through a lot of creative overstimulation currently, but she mostly is curious about who Rin could be, as he is not shocked by this one bit. Almost as if he's dealt with this before. Who could he possibly be? Well, those urban legends she has been reading, well, some of them are actually real. What the hell is he talking about? She hasn't been reading urban legends, she was watching porn. Fuck, that slipped out. Aha! He knew it. But it's too goddamn late now. If she would have just came clean and said the truth earlier, she would not currently be in the body of a child. Why would she even read the book? Well, she got it as a gift. People throw gifts out all the time or refund it. Where the hell was she possibly going to refund a book that looks like that? Well, she could have sold it to one of the occult people on the website. They would have bought it from her, no problem. She was never on an occult website to begin with, remember? Porn? Oh, right. But back to the curse. So it only triggers if the user has completed these two prerequisites. And what are those? They are: the reader must have written enough porn to fill up an entire Olympic-sized swimming pool. Fuck. And also be a virgin. Shit. Huh. 28-year-old virgin. He can work with that. If he tries to work with it, he will very swiftly find himself unemployed. Fair point. So she asked him, why was the book even given to her? Well, it either sensed her horniness from across the ocean or stupid dumb bad luck. Really? Yep. So Rin says they should probably get a move on before, yeah, this happens. What's happening to her? So, like, her stimulation is too much for a child's body to handle. It's like trying to squeeze an entire bottle of ketchup inside a single ketchup packet. So like, yeah, they kind of want to get it a move on before it looks like someone threw a red pumpkin on the ground. Luckily, it's quite easy to reverse the curse. All she has to do is read the part outlined in the moonlight, so she gets the book and reads. God damn it, you figured out the trick, huh? Son of a bitch ass motherfucking shit on her. And voila, would you look at that, our super sexy Sumereko is back in her full glory. She's gonna hurt him. Also, would he happen to have anything to wear? Why yes, he might actually. Oh, you gotta be shitting him. Well, she's taking off like a fucking NFL running back. She will not easily give back the tool that allows her to tap back into her creative peak, but Rin would really prefer her current peak. Also, when in the holy jump scare did he get there? Did she turn back into a child? Is the book now her Zanpakuto or something? My brother in Christ, who is she facing? Jason Voorhees? Oh wow, she deadass didn't make that book her Zanpakuto. Unfucking believable. Rin continues his need for speed, hot pursuit, exhausted, and Sumereko is dying, to say the least. Now face to face again, she refuses to give up her creative peak ever again. Does he not understand that at her peak she could pump out 10 doujinshis, 20 fanfics, 3 erotic novels per week? Holy shit, that's a lot of content. Exactly. That's why she must keep the book even if it kills her. You know, funny thing about that killing her part, she doesn't care. She finally got her wish and she refuses to let it go. And if she gives it up, she'll never write again. But she can't give up. His sister's a huge fan of hers, no matter how much it concerns him about this fact. And if she quits because of this, what about his sister, who looks forward to all the content she writes? After hearing this, Sumereko evolves back into Gigantamax Sumereko. She says that's unfair to use her fans against her. And she gives Rin the book, and then collapses from, you know, the blood loss. Well, it feels good to have the #1 version of Sumereko back. And that was Mysterious Disappearances, or its Japanese title,
怪異と乙女と神隠し
the first 5 chapters at least. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, like, subscribe, ring that bell. It all helps the channel very much. That's all I got. I am gone. Peace.